Good evening and welcome to VTV News. I'm Sophie Jeong, in for Quinton Hall.
And I'm Swathi Ganesh.
Last Tuesday, students and professional women made up a panel that discussed Black women and innovation. The panel, held in the Wandery, was called Women Handling Business. The panel was organized by Queen Stevenson, who is the News and Communications Intern for Associate Provost for Strategic Initiatives and Partnerships. Panelists discussed their entrepreneurial journeys and experiences. Topics included work ethic, frustrations, and creativity within any field. Each woman came from a different background and industry. They gave the intimate audience pieces of advice and even spoke with them individually at the end of the event.
Judge Neil Gorsuch testimony team decided to anchor down. Vanderbilt law professor Timothy Mayer testified on behalf of Donald Trump's nominee to the Supreme Court last Thursday in front of Senate Judiciary Committee. He participated in a panel of 10 individuals, which included lawyers and advocates, on the last day of hearings. His opening statement emphasized the judge's writing to the committee most of all.
I am here today to enthusiastically support his nomination to the Supreme Court. Judge Gorsuch is a brilliant, fair, principled, and independent jurist. He is also the epitome of a gentleman. You will never in your life meet a kinder or more charitable public servant.
Timothy Mayer is a former clerk of Judge Gorsuch from 2007 to 2008. Judge Gorsuch needs 60 votes from the Senate in order to be confirmed to the court. Judge Gorsuch is set for a confirmation vote on April 7th.
Despite being rescheduled, Vanderbilt Dance Marathon proved a huge success. The annual event is a national movement on college campuses. Each program raises funds for their local Children's Miracle Network hospital. The typically 13.1-hour-long event was originally scheduled for February 18th. However, the recent mumps outbreak on campus pushed the event to Saturday, March 25th. It only lasted 6 hours. This year, Vanderbilt's Dance Marathon raised a grand total of $282,332.17, surpassing their fundraising goal at $267,000.
Vanderbilt Libraries has acquired about 300 boxes of J. Leon Helguera collection of Colombiana. The collection contains centuries of Colombian political, economic, and social history. Helguera was a professor of history emeritus at Vanderbilt who collected Colombian antiquarian books, pamphlets, newspapers, broadsides, etc., dating from 1831. Malcolm Diaz, an Oxford scholar, said that the collection is the finest collection of Colombiana outside of the country. Library fellows and graduate students of Latin American studies have been digitizing the collection in order to share it with more scholars. Pieces of the collection will be used for an exhibit highlighting Colombian independence and nation building, as well as an exhibit highlighting the movement of peoples to the New World.
Vanderbilt often hosts many visitors, but this week Vanderbilt University hosted some of the most distinguished speakers to the university. The Vanderbilt University Speakers Committee hosted Impact Symposium this week. Impact Symposium is one of the oldest university lecture series of its caliber in the nation. This year's symposium features CNN political correspondent and former Obama White House advisor Van Jones, New York Daily News senior justice writer Sean King, Vox.com founder and editor-in-chief Ezra Klein, and six-time NBA champion Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The talks were moderated by Vanderbilt professors Claire King and Tiffany Patterson. The theme of this year's symposium was "The Time is Now, What Message Will We Send?" Speakers offered advice for college students and shared their opinions on the fake news phenomenon, combating sexism, biases in news, and increased political polarization in the U.S.
Vanderbilt can be a great opportunity for low-income students if they can get in. According to a study done by economists at Stanford, Harvard, and Brown University, Vanderbilt is slightly below average in the number of low-income students it accepts. Almost 25% of Vanderbilt students come from families in the top 1% of earners. However, in 2013, less than 2% of Vanderbilt students came from low-income families. This makes Vanderbilt the fourth wealthiest school in the nation. Conversely, the same study also shows that Vanderbilt ranks above average for the number of low-income graduates who get a sizable income boost. Nearly 66% of those low-income graduates make it into the top 20% of earners, and 13% of these low-income students make it into the top 1%.
Vanderbilt doesn't just contribute bright minds to Nashville, but also contributes billions of dollars to the Tennessee economy. Vanderbilt University and VUMC generated 63,500 jobs and more than $3.8 billion in labor income. Overall, VU and VUMC have injected $9.5 billion into the Tennessee economy. VUMC itself provided $513 million in uncompensated medical care.
When it comes to innovative education, research, life-saving medical care, and jobs, Vanderbilt is all in.
You know, I love what we do as a university, serving and curing and discovering and educating, but I'm also very proud of the economic impact it has on individuals and their families.
Providing top-quality resources for our Tennessee community.
We're the only NCI designated comprehensive cancer center for adults and children, not just in Tennessee, but in a 5-state region. We're the second largest center for heart transplants in the whole nation. Having a nationally ranked top children's hospital in Nashville makes a big difference when we're trying to attract employers to come to Nashville.
Creating an overall economic impact of $9.5 billion for Tennessee in fiscal year 2015-2016. As the Nashville region's largest private employer and Tennessee's second largest private employer based in the state, Vanderbilt created 63,500 jobs.
And it's something we're proud to do. It's something we believe in.
Attracting more than 600,000 visitors.
We have 13,000 amazing students who come from around the world. We have hundreds of thousands of visitors who come, whether it's next year, Vanderbilt, Alabama, or it's a Society for Cell Biology and Translational Medicine.
And spending time and money helping folks who may not be able to help themselves, with $513 million spent on uncompensated care.
We provide hundreds of millions of dollars of uninsured care to the people of this region. It's sort of part of our pact with the community.
We want to serve and have a really, really big impact.
With the great contribution by both VU and VUMC, the future and growth of Nashville look bright.
Vanderbilt's Divinity School has paired with Gideon's Army to discuss race and policing in Nashville. As part of the discussion, the Divinity School will hold a series of truth and reconciliation hearings. The meetings will last 2 hours, during which people of color will share their experiences concerning police. The hearings are among the most recent efforts of the Divinity School. They hope to encourage students to address the national issue of police shootings involving unarmed black people. The first of 4 hearings was Tuesday, March 28th. The other 3 will be held in April.
QEP is DIVE is the new hot phrase on campus. DIVE is Vanderbilt's new Quality Enhancement Program, or the QEP. The Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges requires that Vanderbilt enacts the decennial QEP for accreditation. Accreditation is crucial for Vanderbilt access to Title IV financial aid. The previous QEP was the Vanderbilt's Visions program. In the fall, Vanderbilt will be rolling out the new QEP, designed as an immersive Vanderbilt experience, or DIVE. Unlike Visions, which has students meet for an hour a week in the groups, DIVE is completely voluntary, with a large co-curricular component. Students will be able to get involved with DIVE via 4 main avenues: boot camps, co-curricular projects, projects and classes, and a unique university course. The boot camps will be half-day immersive experiences in which participants will work with multidisciplinary groups to complete 2 design challenges. In addition to the boot camps, DIVE will be teaming up in the fall with the Office of Active Citizenship and Service to allow students to participate in co-curricular projects, such as aiding the Nashville community in the areas of food waste, glass recycling, and assisting new Americans and affordable housing.
Vanderbilt School of Nursing is making a new addition to existing buildings across campus. The construction of the building is expected to begin in late spring and will be completed in August 2018. This $23.6 million facility will be built at the intersection of Godshow Hall and Frist Hall and will feature technologically advanced classrooms, conference and seminar rooms, student service offices, and a state-of-the-art simulation teaching lab. Such advancements can help to create a more prepared and qualified nursing class. Now for this week's sports news, here's VTV News sports correspondent Madison Foglio.
Happy Thursday, Vanderbilt! I'm Madison Foglio here with your weekly sports update. This past Tuesday, the NFL named Vanderbilt neurosurgeon Dr. Ellen Sillis as its chief medical officer. Sillis is the original founder and co-director of the Vanderbilt Sports Concussion Center. He is currently a professor of neurological surgery, orthopedic surgery, and rehabilitation at the Vanderbilt University Medical Center. In selecting Sillis, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said, quote, "We sought a highly credentialed physician and leader with experience as a clinician and researcher. And Dr. Sillis' extensive experience caring for athletes makes him the right choice for this important position." Moving on to women's lacrosse. This past weekend, they hosted their second home game of the season as well as their second conference game against the Butler Bulldogs, beating them 22-4. Kayla Peterson broke the record of most goals scored in a game with 7, as well as dishing out 2 draw controls. The Doors are back on the road again as they travel to Gainesville to play Florida, who is number 3 in the country, this Saturday at 10 a.m. Moving on to baseball. Sophomore pitcher Chandler Day was just shy of having a perfect game as he threw a one-hitter against Lipscomb this past Tuesday night, leading the Vandy Boys to their first shutout this season, 10-0. The Vandy Boys hit the road again today to take on their second SEC conference game against Kentucky. The games will be held Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Vanderbilt women's bowling team earned its 12th consecutive NCAA tournament bid this past Tuesday night. The Commodores will fight to regain their national title April 13th through 15th in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We wish you the best of luck. That's all we have this week for sports. For more live updates, stats, and scores, please visit vucommodores.com. For VTV News, I'm Madison Foglio.
Thanks, Madison. Now for this week's weather, here's VTV News weather correspondent Claire Barnett.
Hey Vanderbilt, my name is Claire Barnett here with your 7-day forecast. Friday is going to be cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 43. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 69 and a low of 45. Sunday is looking like mostly cloudy with a high of 79 and a low of 61. Monday will see thunderstorms throughout the day, high of 71 and low of 58. Tuesday will start out with remnants of Monday's storms, but will clear out as the day goes on, high of 73 and low of 56. Then Wednesday will see another thunderstorm rolling in with a high of 73 and a low of 48. And that's all we have for this week's weather. For VTV News, I'm Claire Barnett.
That's all for tonight's broadcast. Thanks for watching VTV News. I'm Sophie Jeong.
And I'm Swathi Ganesh. Dive in next week for more top stories.